My name is Kiara Fegen. I'm 22 years old. I'm a purple belt, training out of Hassett-Tinker Cabal Alberton and R12 Alberton. Been training about 8 years now.
8 years? And you're only 22?
Yeah.
And that's terrible. What is that?
14.
14. That's what I had in my head. So, at the young age of 14, how did you get into combat sports? How did that all unfold?
So, I had a problem at school where I was being bullied, and I asked my dad to teach me how to fight, and he ended up finding jiu-jitsu.
What would you say it was about jiu-jitsu that kept you coming back?
The very first night I trained, I said to my dad, never again, I will not be going back. Then he said to me, it's a 3-month contract, you have to go back, sorry for you. And after a while it caught me. In the beginning, wasn't the biggest fan.
Not wanting to do jiu-jitsu and then competing globally in MMA as an amateur, competing all over jiu-jitsu, just like give us a bit of insight into how that all unfolded.
I think just as a kid I was really unfit, and I didn't like the sweating and the fitness part. And I think when I did my first competition, it was EWC 1. And I fell in love with that. That was after 4 months of competing. So I was 15 at the time. 4 months of training, then I did my first comp. And then I loved it. But when I first started competing, there were no females. It was just guys that I had to compete against. So when I was able to beat guys at a competition level, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool.
What was it about competition you think that caught your attention?
So I'm a very competitive person, and I love the adrenaline and the feeling of being on the mat. It makes everything else slip away. You're on the mat or you're in the cage, and it's just you in there.
Competed quite a bit in MMA. Does that equate to giving you a bit of confidence in all types of jiu-jitsu comps?
It does make jiu-jitsu comps feel a little less nervous because I'm not being hit in the face. Yeah, that feels a bit better. It does, I feel like the MMA, it does help a bit because, I don't know, jiu-jitsu doesn't feel as threatening to me anymore. Yeah.
It's mixed on the beat.
Where would you want to see yourself that you can look back and say, okay, I've accomplished what I set out to do?
That's a tough one. I want to get this belt, and then once I do that, I want to go and start doing ADCC overseas. We'll see where I can go from there.
Okay. So an international competition is like not far from the spectrum of reality?
Yeah, so I've done the international MMA, so now let's do the international.
How do you see yourself going into that sort of a bracket, and what do you think is the right way to play it to get that final?
So it's technically like a normal competition with all the final rolls. The only thing is it's a normal comp day at night, just longer rolls. It's same thing. So I think if I just pace myself really well, and my dad has a saying, you don't get paid by the hour, get in, get out. Don't mess around.
How do you prepare for something like that? Like what's the mindset?
Try not to go to overtime would be the first ideal, but overtime doesn't scare me. It's not going to, I know that I can handle the overtime, I just don't want to go there. That's a terrible place to go.
Is there a matchup that sticks out to you, that one you'd like to get? Maybe to get one back, or one that you feel a bit more confident going into?
I've rolled a few of the ladies before. I'm really interested to roll Boomy. I've rolled her at an open mat. I'd love to roll her at competition. I think that would be pretty cool. I have a few of those. You picked a lot of tough ladies here. You took the baddest of them, and you're like, yeah, let's let you guys kill each other. I think the only person, Jessica and I are about 1-1 now. Jess and I. Hannah's beat me by decision. Nicole and I have rolled. Ushi and I have rolled. Beat them both. Yeah.
So one in particular that you think is going to be a tough one to deal with?
Possibly, I'm worried about Hannah and Boomy. Boomy is extremely strong. Yeah, and Hannah's also good, but and I've never rolled Mishka. I think she'd also be interesting to roll.
What did you say motivates you more, the belt or the cash?
Oh, the belt. I'm going for the belt. Yes, I definitely want the belt.
What would you say they can expect from you in terms of your style and height?
I don't know, I think I'm going to try and feel out everybody and see how it goes, because I've been training all aspects. I can do the arm bars, I can do the leg locks, I can rear naked choke. I've been training all aspects, so I'm kind of excited to see it go anywhere.
It's Mix on the